Hi guys, my name is Stefan Benz, and I'm hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
Let's talk a little bit about your songwriting, because it's like you're 13 years old, but like the kind of things that you're writing about, it's like, how are you writing about these kind of topics?
Thank you very much. Yeah, I really enjoy writing these songs. I've written a bunch of songs and stuff, so expect some new songs coming out.
Nice.
And I really enjoy writing, and I think a lot of new songs coming out they have a big influence on what I write too. So hearing a lot of new songs also gives me ideas of what to write about. So yeah, that's most of my inspiration sometimes.
So talk to me about your creative process, because you're on your second single so far, and you're already getting important people looking at or listening to your music.
Yeah.
So talk to me about like what that creative process is like for you when you start working on a track.
Oh yeah, well every song I write, we start with a track obviously, and I lay down a melody. And my strong suit is mostly with melodies and stuff, where it's not necessarily with lyrics. But I wrote my first song last year in October,
Yeah.
and since then I've loved writing songs even more every time.
Yeah.
But I feel as though I would love to keep on writing songs so I'm old one day. That's one thing that I would love to keep on doing.
Right.
Yeah, and I really enjoy it, and it's a really fun process, especially because I'm new to it. Learning every time is pretty cool.
Right. So
Yeah.
you start out with like melodies, not necessarily the lyrics. So, I mean, you're running around or walking around your house like humming things. Is that how it is with you?
Yeah, necessarily, that's most of the time how it is. Sometimes it's like a recorded melody that I just hear like throughout the day. I'm like, oh yeah, record this, and I'm like, yes, it's that. It's just that easy.
Yeah.
You know?
So I mean, there's tons of new artists every day, and there's tons of new genres. I mean, to the point where like it's kind of hard to kind of place artists and genres and like playlists, for example.
Yeah, exactly.
What is it about this sound and this style of music that you are making that really drew your attention and made you want to take part in it?
Yeah, so obviously I'm young and stuff. I kind of have a direction of style or whatever that I'm going in, but I'm still really not necessarily trying to find my sound, but it's still kind of discovering what I want to do with my sound. But the other day I wrote a song that I think is actually perfect for what I want to go in the
Nice,
direction.
okay.
So yeah, I think I really like this type of sound that I'm doing right now. It's not necessarily this type of sound that I'm going to do in like 10 years or whatever.
Right.
But what I do right now, I'm loving. So yeah.
So right now you're promoting your second single, "Get Over You." Take me into the studio with this one. And did you work with a specific producer on this? Did you do this on your own? Like,
Yeah.
what was the whole deal behind it?
So this song I wrote in Manny's garage.
Okay.
Manny is my manager.
Nice.
And I wrote it with the Wavies. The Wavies are two guys. Their names are Jordan and Jack.
Okay.
And they're super cool guys. Like, they're really funny. And that was a really fun experience writing that song with them, because I also write a lot of songs with them. But this one was especially fun, and especially because like it has a cool instrumental. After we were sort of freaking out about it, it was really cool. It's really fun. Yeah.
So I feel like it's hard to put out your first single, because you're working on so much material, and like picking that first one to introduce yourself is hard. But then coming in and working on the second or third single, I feel like that's even harder, because like you have to be better than the first single.
Yeah.
So what was it about this track that you felt like this was the right track to be your sophomore single?
Exactly. Well, obviously my first single was Cool For Me, and then came Get Over You. We released Cool For Me because we thought it was a fitting song to release first, not necessarily because it was the best or whatever. It was a light song, if I could put it that way, not too much to handle for something like a first song. And then Get Over You was just a cool second song, because it's like it's second song material. I'm just like it's. There was something about Get Over You that, like, from the beginning was like, when we were trying to pick through all these songs, we were basically crossing out which ones not to release, and it was like Get Over You at the end. So
Not to release at all, or not to release as second single?
it's like we were like, for a second single, so we would have like 10 songs. We're like, this is not the second single. This is not okay. Get Over You. Like, yeah.
It's crazy, because as fans or as music listeners, we never really like pay attention to the actual like work that goes behind like picking the next song, or like the way that you're going to organize a track listing on a record. So like you're working with these guys in the garage making the song.
Exactly.
What is it about them that you are doing more than one song with them? Like how do they inspire you in the studio?
The Wavies were actually the guys that I wrote my first song with. So from the beginning, I had to basically learn from them in my first song. So kind of learning from them, that means I kind of have the same style of them writing-wise, meaning every time we're going to write, it's going to be better and better and better because we're kind of doing the same thing, so it's going to sound pretty cool. But also the cool thing about writing with other people as well is because we don't have different writing styles, it's going to come out completely different and maybe have a cool sound, you know?
Right.
Exactly, yeah. But the Wavies, they're really like kind of like a Chinese yoga master. Like they're kind of like a spiritual, like a fudging. Yeah, that's really funny.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So how do you feel that your actual songwriting has kind of developed in these last like 2 songs? You said you're about to write something else later today, but like how do you feel like your songwriting has kind of evolved?
My very first song, I remember I still like it, and obviously I'm going to have a really special connection to my first song always, but I feel as though the longer I go on with all my, I'm really happy with the fact that every time I write, it's a little bit better, you know? But as I go on, it is getting better, and I'm really happy with that.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with the fact of that. And also, writing is just something that, as far as right now, has come naturally. So it hasn't really been of any kind of hassle. It's been really fun and came naturally. So that made it even funner and easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of naturally, does falsettos come naturally to you too? Because that's one thing that I notice like instantly whenever I listen to your music. So is that something that took you some time to kind of learn how to sing that way, or is that something that you were just like, I can do this?
No, when I was like starting to sing, one of my main problems was like my head voice and my falsetto, because I really sang really breathy there, and like, so yeah, that was probably the one part of my voice that I really had to work on and train and stuff. It's funny that you asked that because that was really like my part of my voice that I had to train and stuff.
Crazy.
But yeah, now I really like singing there, and I think it sounds much better than like 3 years ago. So it went better.
Now, are you doing like training for that right now, or is just like little practices that you do just by yourself?
Exactly. Yeah, I have a vocal coach, and I have a vocal coach in America as well, and I do face calls with different vocal coaches and stuff. But also I have to do some stuff on my own before, because I don't always have a vocal coach there. For example, when I have to sing like a performance, there's not always going to be a vocal coach or whatever. I have to know these little exercises to do on my own as well. But yeah, I have to do them.
Right.
Little exercises on my own too.
So as you talked about performances, like, do you have any performances coming up? Have you experienced that yet? And like, what is, how different is your performance compared to us listening to you on Spotify?
Oh yeah, I have done some performing mostly in South Africa so far. Performing is something that in the beginning I wasn't like amazed, like I didn't really want to perform like every time, like the whole time. But like everything, like the more I do it, the more I want to do it too, and the better I get at it, and obviously the more natural and easier it gets. But performing is something that right now I always feel I've every time it gets less stressful and everything. But right now, like I'm in the mood for performing right now. You know, I perform right now. I perform tomorrow. I perform the day after that. You know.
We got to start scheduling that.
Please.
So recently, you got some pretty high praises from some pretty high people, DJ Khaled and Shawn Mendes. How did they first kind of hear your music? Do you even know how that even happened?
Yeah. So I know Shawn Mendes. Charlie Walk sent one of my videos, a cover of his song, Treat You Better. Charlie Walk sent a video of that song to Shawn Mendes, and he replied back saying like he has an amazing voice and stuff like that. And that's when on the red carpet he noticed me and like, oh, I saw you on Instagram, because he's I don't know about the DJ Khaled part, like how he saw my videos. So I didn't know about that until the red carpet. So yeah. Pretty cool.
So as you kind of do these kind of covers of various artists, how do they kind of help you in your creative process? Like, because you don't want them to be the same song, you kind of want to make them your own. So how do they kind of challenge you?
Everybody has like your inspiring artists, the artists that inspire you. Like some of those artists for me, like Ed Sheeran, Shawn Mendes, and it's because they inspire you so much, it's really hard not to sound kind of like them.
Yeah.
But so far it's been I've kind of went for their sound a little bit, but I'm trying to variate it so that it doesn't sound exactly like it. But I think the last couple of songs haven't really sounded like an Ed Sheeran or Shawn Mendes song, so I'm really happy with that.
Nice, dude. Well, I mean, how soon can we expect like new music? Are you like planning on doing like an EP, an album, another single?
Yeah. So Get Over You released a few days ago. And we are planning that the next thing to come out is an EP with about 6 songs on it, with including Cool For Me and Get Over You, and then 4 other songs. Yeah.
Nice, dude. Well, congratulations with like everything that's going on with you right now. Like, I feel like your name is just starting to pop, but I feel like in the next like 6 months, it's just gonna be big. So congratulations with that. You guys be sure to check out Stefan Benz' new single "Get Over You" is out now, and thanks for watching our Front Row Live.